shortly. So I'm very excited about what I want to speak to you about, the next topic. It's something we've kind of worked into our systems, into our company. It's been a top-down approach. We've really huddled around this, put a lot of thought into this, and obviously are starting to roll this out to customers. So I am very excited to talk to you about our Elite Enhanced Subscription Service. It's something new on the block, and as I said, we're going to dive in deep on that. I want to ask you a question. You know, when we look at SolidWorks subscription, I mean, you're all familiar with SolidWorks subscriptions. Essentially, the question is, what if your SolidWorks subscription could do more than just keeping your software running? In other words, most of you are familiar with the traditional elements of subscription, mainly being your new version releases. I mean, they're great. You're seeing Jean-Paul Abassi telling us about a lot of the new features, a lot of the new enhancement. I mean, that's been going on for years. I think we've had the privilege of going to SolidWorks World every now and then as well, and you see a lot of that being presented. So a lot of hype around it, and it's very exciting. Obviously, the local technical support, we believe we're a great team at MECAD. As Freek mentioned earlier, you know, we really invested in obviously giving you value. That's very important for us. We don't want to just be box movers. That's never been the mantra nor our modus of operandi at MECAD Systems or any of our group of companies. Obviously, software upgrades you're familiar with as well. We give you a good flexibility direction as well to take a current version of SolidWorks as well and obviously upgrade it. Very, very easy, very painless processes. There's the certifications that you're very familiar with as well. Obviously giving the ability to certify in various different disciplines, CSWA, CSWP, you know, etc. Experts. Then lastly, we've got early visibility programs. I mean, I know a lot of you guys do participate in that. Sometimes I know Edith, wherever you are in the room, I know you get a little frustrated with that because he's on the ops side, and you guys think it's really great to go and load the latest version of the software, and then we realize, we're still sitting with a whole lot of stuff that we can't get back because we had a crash. Now, we don't have crashes in SolidWorks, but we luckily have a good ops team under Edith, and they tend to sort that out quite quickly. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about is obviously our next level, and that is Elite Enhanced Subscription Service. And I want to build up a little bit to this, give you a little bit of background in terms of how did we get here and why are we doing this and what's this all about. So essentially, we're big on customer engagement. We've spent a huge amount of time engaging with you either in face-to-face contact meetings. I obviously manage a broad sales team as well. Their responsibility is obviously to engage with you, meet up with you, you know, conversate with you, try and understand your business better, more clearly, and also understand the challenges that you face day to day as well. And that's not only in using our software. That's also just in terms of day-to-day business challenges, moving data around from one place to another, and communication in general. So this is something we really is core to us. Then, in essence to that, we've been exploring a lot. We looked around a lot, especially scratching here, scratching there. We've spoken to a lot of people overseas. Obviously, we're very well networked. Quinton on the side there, obviously being to SolidWorks World so many times as well. He's made so many wonderful connections with other resellers internationally as well. And we've been speaking to guys as well, you know, saying, look, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing in your market? How are you addressing your customers? How are you meeting their needs? And eventually we kind of sort of slowly formulated to landing on something which we thought was really good and really exciting. And it's a big need, and you'll understand it in a short while why it's a big need. And we decided also to identify certain products, which I'm going to release to you in a minute, but we also then decided to bolt on our own sort of solutions around it. In other words, we went a bit further, we went a bit deeper. We said, what else can we do? What else can MECAD do to keep our customers satisfied, keep you coming back to us, and keep you happy? And what we eventually landed on is a product called SolidProfessor. And what this is, it's an outfit. They're not new on the block. They've been going for several years now. They've been invested in actually building and developing training materials. So it's e-learning, if you will, but very much focused on SolidWorks. Rashay, you would know about this. I think you're old school SolidWorks. This has been around for some time. I think you'll agree with me. But I'm going to show you a quick video of this. You're going to have a bit of an insight of what it is. This is primary part of your subscription service moving forward. Okay, it's going to be a built-in element. It is training, learning, but I want to show you it. Then after that, I'm going to tell you and show you about what else is MECAD doing on behalf of you as the customer. And we're going to get into that. So let's watch this quick video. It's only 90 seconds.
Many engineering design teams struggle to make time for training. But training doesn't have to be the costly, time-consuming event it once was. Now it's easy to learn new CAD, CAM, and BIM skills in just a few hours, or even minutes at a time. Thanks to SolidProfessor for Business, an online, on-demand training platform built for the modern engineering team. We have the largest online course library for learning engineering design with over 7,500 video tutorials. The dashboard is your online training command center. Your team can pick up where they left off, access assigned lessons and bookmarked video tutorials. As an administrator, you can create employee training groups, choose from pre-created lesson plans, or tailor your program for your team's specific needs. In the Reporting tab, you'll find cumulative metrics for your organization, top performers, and more. Drill down to view reports for every group and individual to quickly identify critical skills gaps and areas for advancement. Finally, with admin tools, you can manage group members in bulk and update permissions anytime, anywhere. Everything you need to upskill your engineering design team is in your hands. SolidProfessor for Business. Design with confidence.
Okay, so fantastic. This is now part of Elite Enhanced subscription, and this is something that you're eligible to receiving once you've obviously renew and buy into Elite Enhanced subscription. What I do actually want to just quickly run through is the second part, and I promised you that I'm going to relay some of what MECAD has actually put together. So just picture this. We've been scouring, we've been looking around, how do we address the market, how do we address the customer's needs. We found something really unique, really special, but that's not enough. We still had a gap. We still, where does MECAD fit into this? And this is what I want to sort of portray and paint to you. So first of all, when you actually adopt this kind of subscription, you'll see there's a whole lot of other benefits. So if you look at just on the right side there, there's a here's what you get scenario. Again, I'm going to list some of this quickly for you and just very briefly discuss it. I don't want to go into too much detail, and here's why. Because my sales team is going to reach out to you, and they're going to try and explain this to you, and they're going to sit and really try and fit this to your business so that you understand it, and you can hopefully see the value and the massive benefits out of this. So first of all, on-demand training with SolidWorks, per subscription, obviously. My goodness, okay, sorry, we're speaking about SolidProfessor there. So that is naturally a benefit. Then we have a 3,000 Rand credit on instructor-led training. So what we mean by that is, that's where you actually come into MECAD systems and actually take a physical training course within our environment. We obviously don't want to look at SolidProfessor as being some kind of replacement for formal training. There's still always a need for formal training. MECAD's actually still got a very reputable name in the market as well. I've heard that many times from engaging with customers, and the feedback that they've given me, that a lot of the recruits or people that they're taking into their business have a MECAD certificate. Is usually pretty good quality. So it really speaks testament to the training that we give. But I want you to keep notes of some of the numbers and the metrics that we're reaching out to you. So 3,000 Rand, okay, that's discount on credit. Any training that you want to do, doesn't matter if it's advanced training, basic essentials training, 3,000 Rand credit. Then we've got a 20% discount, and I'm combining this, 20% discount and a 10% discount, because you could play this either way. Now what we're doing is, you've heard about SLAs. We often put in an SLA in place for 12 months, and you can burn those hours however you need. In other words, if you have a consulting need, no problem. We'll send in a guy to come and assess the job, look at the actual requirements, and we'll put a price to that. We then couple it to that, discount it, deal done, and you're covered. So that's one way that you could leverage that. There are multiple other methods and means of actually leveraging these SLAs, as well as consulting services. As you've heard many times before with many of our different events, simulation related, etc., etc. We do a lot of these services. We've got a technologies outfit, and they're very, very capable of handling a lot of these things, including reporting, etc., etc. Then we've got the 3% discount on placement fees. This is critical. We were talking, and I love hearing about the ecosystem, because I'm big on ecosystem, and I'm big on the whole SolidWorks vibe of ecosystem, because I 100% agree. This plays into universities, educare, etc., etc., and growing into what we need at the end of the day is more industry, more jobs, more innovation. So this helps a lot. On the recruiting side, we really understand our market. We understand our customers' needs. We understand the industries that you operate in. What else could we have done? This is an ideal fit for that. We found a lot of success with this. This has been running about 3 years, Quinton? 2-3 years now. We've had tremendous success with this, placing obviously recruits at your businesses as well. And again, I want to remind you about SolidProfessor tool. It's great for onboarding. You know, if you think of bringing in new people and you want to devise a very specific learning path for them within your business, this is a great tool to do that. And obviously get some discounts on that placement fee as well. Then Ask the Expert session. This is my favorite one. It's a 2-hour session that's absolutely paid for, okay? And essentially you can ask anything. So it is a formal process. Why? Because we want to make sure that you maximize the value out of that 2-hour session. So it is formal. In other words, you do need to apply for it. You do need to explain what it is that you'd like to actually cover. And we will make sure that we're well prepared to actually have that 2-hour session with you. It could lead into anything. It could be assistance on, I'm about to do a simulation. You heard John Paul Bassi say earlier, simulation is critical. The start of a simulation is more critical. So this could be a great space or place to use that 2 hours and say, help me, guide me through this. You know, what should I be looking at? What should I be looking out for? And so we move on forward. Again, what I want to just emphasize once more is the value. What we've actually done is we've done a rough calculation on this, and we've looked at, if we're assuming a user, and I'm not saying a customer, just a user in a company, leveraged all the benefits of this. We're saying that roughly we're calculating 40,000 Rand of value that we're putting on the table. So it's massive. It's really, really massive. And we know that we've got companies that have taken advantages of already that have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 seats of licensed CAD. And obviously ecosystem, multi-products, which is really great. So I want to make you perhaps a little more comforted as well in terms of this. Nobody really always likes change. Sometimes there's a little bit of resistance to change. We're in sales, we know that. We handle many objections all the time. What I do want to point out is the 92% subscription renewal. Firstly, thank you. Thank you for being such great, loyal customers and actually renewing your subscriptions every year, you know, so that we can continue to get great SolidWorks products. But in addition to that, I just want to point out that that was our on-time renewal percentage for the entire year last year. In other words, we're not counting companies. What we're actually counting here is physical licenses that get renewed. So that's a pretty good hit rate. But I want to show you the next metric, 93.6. That's year to date. I want to explain that this Elite Enhanced subscription, we've started rolling out already with customers. But we decided, because this is a mammoth task and it needs to be really well executed, we decided to spread this out to our sales team, and we decided to actually roll this out on a monthly basis over a 12-month cycle. So we will eventually touch each of you, every single one of you, and actually portray this to you, put it on the table. It's not a push, it's not a sell, it's a benefit that we want to just come and break to you. It's going to be a sharing of this. You're going to see the value, and we're obviously going to make sure that you see the value. But the 93.6 is actually where we are right now after adding in Elite Enhanced subscription. So customers are really getting behind this, they're really getting excited about this, and it's picking up momentum. Again, why I'm so excited about it. And then lastly, I want to just guide you, help you. How do you get involved with this? So you don't have to wait till we reach you in possibly the 12th month of a cycle. You can immediately approach us. Approach any of your BDEs, in other words, your business development executive, the guy that's managing your physical accounts in your territory. If you don't know who that is, don't problem. Just phone into the company, and we'll make sure that the right appointed person actually meets with you in person. The bottom line is, you can take advantage of this right away, or wait until we actually reach you with your renewal succession. No problem. But if you want to go and investigate this a little bit further, and this is actually quickly what I want to walk you through, is go onto our website. It is available on the website. Just click under the resources side. But just below that, you're going to have this little pop-up page that's going to come up, and then there's Discover Elite Benefits. You're going to click on that, and once you've done that, it's going to take you to this little page that I showed you with the benefits. But what's nice is if you click onto View the Elite Benefits Product Matrix, we've got a really, really nice prepared matrix that actually is going to explain this much better than I just did. All right, and that's going to be pretty much it. I think lastly, in closing, I just wanted to mention, we do have a very, very super offer from now till the end of the year as well on term licensing. So if you're now interested in, jumping in on any simulation products, or you've been thinking about, moving into a product data management arena, now's the time to do it. Prices are aggressively good. We're talking about 10 months of value for a 3-year commitment. Really, really good. You can speak to us now, you can speak to us later. But again, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me the time to share this wonderful, exciting opportunity with you, and have a great day further. Thank you.